there's a gun shop on almost every corner in this community.
Why?
Tell you why. For the same reason that there's a liquor store on almost every corner in the black community. Why? They want us to kill ourselves. You go out to Beverly Hills, you don't see that. Why is it that there's a gun shop on almost every corner in this community?
Why?
Tell you why. For the same reason that there's a liquor store on almost every corner in the black community. Why? They want us to kill ourselves. You go out to Beverly Hills, you don't see that.
Your hood, a beautiful mother of one, viciously attacked in a restaurant in front of her son while getting food in a chicken spot, hit numerous times by a man while other men just watched. What made it worse, all the blows swung in front of a 14-year-old on the road son, feeling helpless, suffered. You know a son's innate instinct is to protect his mother. So while other guys had just watched, the 14-year-old son fired a shot. Coming subsequently, the man who was attacking his moms succumbed to his injuries. Police locked him and locked his mom in jail on murder charges, $3 million bond. During the trying of this case, the judge read how the victim was trying to escape. So it was no threat, no emergency. This escalate charges from self-defense to first degree. Till the judge got alarmed. The guy who hit her was charged with possession of a firearm, posted a pic, brandishing the. And from there, that's when it spun. Cause see, mommy record prior was fresh. No run-ins, no prior arrests, no tarnish. She clearly protected herself legally with a license to carry. So weighing all this on top, the results came in and the charges was dropped. Ain't that something? Considering the law firm that freed them was operated by a black woman. God is written here. Black girl magic made charges disappear. But still a sad situation, definitely. I'm praying for a son to get therapy. Cause although his actions kept his mom surviving, still a life is a life. That's traumatizing. Things get scary and they hit different. I'm still praying for the family of the victim. Cause his life kinda strange. A mistake in one moment can cause a lifetime of pain. Strength to the mom during his light crash. Keep raising your son on the right path. Let his mind grow. Last thing, you and your son, please pack up and leave.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for joining. This is insane. I wanted to discuss the Carlisha Hood incident since I am in the process right now of my Protect Black Women segment series. And I know that I had a whole different episode that I was going to discuss. However, I've been following this case. I've been doing research and I've been waiting. I haven't been on social media. It's been probably maybe almost a week since I actually went on because I really don't want to be in discussions. I didn't want to look at my timeline because I already know it's probably divided and it's probably a lot of hoopla in it, all type of stuff. So I just kind of wanted to do some more research and kind of wait, and also just remember that I'm always going to be a critical thinker and I'm always going to do my research and not take things at face value. And before I even start, one of the things that I want to discuss is how people just run with something. Like we are in a society now where any little information that somebody get and they run and they take it to social media, you already know that it's going to get diluted constantly. So then these influencers that's got thousands and thousands of followers, people that they actually influence, they wind up giving them this information that's not correct. And then what happens is regular folk that's just looking for some news winds up discussing it. They dilute what they want to put on it, and it just starts to tarnish the truth, and it actually starts to tarnish the victims or the people that's involved. And that's something sometimes that people can't come back from. Like once you get a certain reputation, people, bad breath Betty. Oh, that's bad breath Betty. Her breath probably don't even stink anymore. That probably was in high school, but she still is always going to be bad breath Betty because somebody gave her that name, gave her that reputation a long time ago, and they wind up running with it. And I feel like that's wrong, especially in situations such as this. These are times when we need to see what is really happening in with the entire news of it all. We always be talking about don't trust the government, don't trust the news, don't trust this. But soon as some news come out, you forget all of that and you run with it and you take it at face value. The news is going to create a narrative. The news, that it's not even real journalists anymore. People just go to social media, to Twitter, to Instagram, to TikTok, and they look at all of the things that people is discussing, and then they gather that information and then they take it back to the newsroom. That's what our news is consisting of today. And then they have to go back and they have to rechange things, or they wind up getting let go or whatever it may be. But at the end of the day, especially if you a person that is a critical thinker, if you a person that have been into situations such as this, or even if you are someone that it comes from humble beginnings, come from the hood, understand how it is to kind of have to protect yourself or whatever it may be, then you need to be looking at this with a third pair of eyes. Okay. So I highly was upset when I started doing research and started listening to certain influencers and YouTube podcasters and different people that was discussing this so early on, and they were running with all of this different type of stuff. And I just was like, you know what? I don't think I want to get on my Facebook right now because I'm scared, because I also know me. So I'm going to put my unpopular opinion in this situation. And yes, I did have like a little Facebook blog called Unpopular Opinion that I used to do before I started This Is Insane. That's actually where This Is Insane comes from. And it's just more in a podcast format now. But I wanted to put my unpopular opinion on this. All right, my thoughts. And before I even continue, I'm gonna give y'all a disclaimer real fast. Cause hold on, let me get this
dismissed the first-degree murder charges against her. NBC5's Charlie Moeheattv takes a look at new video that brought today's reversal in this case.
A fatal shooting at this West Pullman hot dog stand, now seen two ways.
Hey, get your food!
New video surfacing online this weekend showing what appears to be an attack on Carlisha Hood, an attack that is only stopped when her 14-year-old son opens fire. We are freezing the video at that point.
Let me just say everything that happened in this situation was terrible.
Former mayoral candidate Jamal Green was one of the first to share the video.
When this situation first uncovered, the media covered it as the mother directed her son to kill someone, in which everyone around the city of Chicago was like, oh my God, why would that mother do something like this?
This was the first video released by police as they were looking for two suspects in a fatal shooting here at 116th and Halstead. But Green says the second video tells a different story.
Folks all over the country said that this is a case of self-defense.
But the videos have created controversy about exactly what happened here and who was responsible. Today, Cook County's state's attorney cited new evidence in announcing the first-degree murder and contributing to the delinquency of a child charges against Hood would be dropped. Based upon the facts, evidence, and the law, we are unable to meet our burden of proof in the prosecution of these cases, Cook County State's Attorney Kim Fox said in a statement. A decision welcomed by patrons at Maxwell's.
Justice has been served.
It was that second video.
Shooting him in the back.
Okay. So what I did was I cut up a couple of videos, okay? And I just want to go back and say once again, we do not know what she said to her son. And one of the biggest problems that I had was everyone saying that she told her son to come and unalive this man because she knew that she had that thing in the car, right? Of course, her son probably already knew she had it in the car. That's her son. He probably had his own mind to protect his mom and brought it, and she probably did not tell him that. Why would she even tell him to go in the car if she wanted him to unalive the man and text him to unalive the man? She wouldn't have said anything. She would have just allowed him to unalive the man, right? That's critical thinking one-on-one, and it's putting things together, especially when you come from those type of situations, like living in the hood or going into the hood or having a certain defense mechanism because of it. Come on now. And everybody was running with this because this is what social media was putting out there, and the news wind up catching on to it as usual. And then they started putting their own narrative on it because everything is always about shock value now. Clicks, likes, everything. We're forgetting that it's a son and a mother, and it's a man, you know, that also the suspect, and all these people have lives. And you trying to make the victims the suspects now. But I'm just going to continue to keep going. Sorry.
Police say Brown ran out and the mother and son did too, with the son still shooting.
No one else in the establishment did anything.
Okay, no one else in the establishment did anything. First off, yes, this is another thing. Okay, and may I say that, yes, I have lived my entire life in the hood. I have lived my entire childhood and my adolescent life in the hood. Okay, and I have humble upbringings. Yes, I have changed my life, and now I am able to live in a different environment, but I always will keep my defense mechanism and my instincts. And I'm telling you, for anybody that understands this, when they said that he ran out, that boy clearly did not look like he ran out after him. Now, what it looked like is that they all were trying to leave and disperse. But what probably, in my opinion, what probably was going on in the mother and the son's mind was he about to go to the car and set it off. Because it's not going to be over with somebody like that. His adrenaline was on high. You think he just gonna leave? No. If he had something in that car, best believe it was about to be on and popping. So she looked like she was trying to take it from him because of the fact that he probably was, his adrenaline was high because of what he did, and probably was in shock or whatever it may be, or just protecting her son. But people looked at it the way that they wanted to look at it and said that she wanted everybody gone. She needed everybody unalived. Man, okay. And then the men, let me tell you one thing. This was one of the worst things ever to see, was to see our Black men run away without even seeing a pistol. They didn't see nothing. They didn't see this man have nothing. Only thing they seen was his fist balled up, and they ran out the door. They ran out the door. They could have said, dude, come on now. It was several men right like behind one another. Why they couldn't as a community be like, dude, come on now, while his girl egging him on? Why they couldn't have been like, Come on, man. That's a lady. Remind him of who. See, his thing is like majority of men who are soft, he got egged on by a woman to make him feel good. He was showing out. He already knew he could overpower this woman. He didn't know who was with her. And when she said get in the car to her son, he thought she was talking about him. Like, what? Get in the car? No, she was telling her son to get in the car. But y'all study talking about, she talking about unaliving him. If she wanted him unalive, she would have never said to her son to get in the car. Period. But no, we just gonna take news, we gonna take Twitter, we gonna take all the social media, we gonna take all of the bogus influencers that we listen to, and we gonna put our own perspective on it, and we gonna go and we're going to get on Facebook, get on Twitter, social media, and we gonna blast and make this lady look like a full-on criminal. Because we hard on our people. We hard on them. Crazy.
And so once he saw his mother being severely, hit, he took action.
The two surrendered to police and were later charged with felony first-degree murder. Today, the Cook County State's Attorney dropped those charges, saying in a statement that, quote, based upon the facts, evidence, and the law, we are unable to meet our burden of proof. ABC 7 legal analyst.
Okay. And y'all going to see, because I put up a couple of people in their clips, someone has something to say about this because they didn't like the fact that the mom got off or whatever. It said based on facts, evidence, and proof. Let me just go back. Let's go back.
Later charged with felony first-degree murder. Today, the Cook County State's Attorney dropped those charges, saying in a statement that, quote, based upon the facts, evidence, and the law, we are unable to meet our burden of proof.
Okay. Based upon the facts, evidence, and the law, we are unable to meet our burden of proof in the prosecution of these cases. All right. How, did anybody ever think that when the detectives and everybody had to go and get statements from the employees, that the employees actually said what happened because they know? Not just based on the video. They're not just going to base it on the video, even though the video, once they seen the video and they seen what happened, then okay. But there were other factors that played for them to say based upon the facts. There were several people in the kitchen. You think that the popos wasn't going to go and talk to them? Yeah, they gonna go talk to them. All of that played a major part. Okay.
ABC 7 legal analyst Gil Sofer explains.
The state, once they got a hold of this video, saw what the defense would be, and that defense would be self-defense. Because now that the defense has a claim, a very strong one it seems, that the shooter was acting in defense of his mother, who was being pummeled by an assailant. That's a pretty hard case to bring on murder charges.
And I wind up briefly scrolling when I was doing research and also looking on some of the people comments that comment on the influencers and stuff. And, it boggles me that people would say, well, why the boy 14, why he just didn't fight the man? What? So now he about to get hurt. His mom is hurt. Just like any man, young man, old man, whoever that is pretty much raised to protect the person that they love. He did what any man that I know, pretty much my uncles, my uncles, you know what I'm saying? Like my grandfather, rest his soul, my brother, my extended brothers who passed, who I know that would protect me, rest their soul, and my physical brother, they wouldn't have allowed that to happen. And I wouldn't have, of course, condoned it. But at the end of the day, he knew that he couldn't overpower that grown man. But he wanted to make sure that his mom wasn't about to be unalived the way that this man was coming at her. And remember, this is my opinion. I can say what I want. Y'all been on social media all week talking about it and discussing it. So now I'm discussing it, and I'm discussing it with the clips.
We did reach out to Carlisha Hood and some of her family members today, but they did not want to comment. Just now, an attorney representing the mother and son said they'll be speaking tomorrow morning about a lawsuit they plan to file.
Watch breaking news on YouTube. Subscribe to ABC7 Chicago Eyewitness News.
A day after Cook County prosecutors dropped murder charges against a Chicago mother and her teenage son, that family is now suing the city.
They say the charges caused them great harm after they were in jail and in juvenile detention for 5 days. CBS 2's Asal Rasai was at the news conference where Carlisha Hood talked about her pain.
The mother in this case, Carlisha Hood, just released from jail yesterday afternoon, understandably emotional at the news conference here this morning. She broke down as she talked about what her life has been like since the shooting inside the Pullman restaurant. Her attorneys saying the attack was unprovoked and Hood is the victim in this case. They've filed a 4-count complaint against the city of Chicago and the officers involved. It includes malicious prosecution, false arrest, and intentional infliction of emotional distress.
My life. Okay, I'm going to say this. One of the things, her con was leaving the scene. That was the con, leaving the scene. In my opinion, I do not feel like she should have left the scene. I feel like she should have, even though they went home and, they called and everything or turned themselves in, I think that they should have stayed there and did all that and explained the situation, but that's my opinion. And as far as, a lot of people got something to say about her suing and all of this, in my opinion, think that she is suing because of the fact that the news media has been running with this narrative and demonizing her. And now this is going to affect her life because some people are always going to say, oh, well, even if she got off, that doesn't mean, you know what I'm saying? So now her whole life has changed, and I think that she wants pretty much to be she want her reparations. I'm gonna say she want her reparations. She want her just due out of this situation because it affected her and her son. This is all over the country. So everybody sees her face now. This is viral. This is not just a community situation. This is a USA situation. So that is my opinion on why she is filing, as well as, of course, she going through what she went through or whatever by being detained. But they had every right to detain her because of the fact that, they still had to investigate It still was a situation where somebody lost their life. So I totally get that, but I think that her suing is more about, she know that her future is going to look different now because of everybody preconceived notions and everybody saying this and that, or you know what I'm saying, it, not even knowing who she is. Like, boy, this is crazy.
I'm sick and tired of these so-called woke black folk who love to point out the bad in the black community. Y'all think y'all smarter than everybody else. Y'all think y'all better with your condescending talk about how black folks are the only ones that do this. Black folks don't stick together. Man, that's why I don't mess with. Y'all think y'all are actually an asset to the community. You motherfuckers are a detriment because your words have power. And when you jump out there and highlight the bad in your own race, what do you think that does for your overall plight? Y'all be talking online like everybody else can't hear y'all talking. Black folks ain't the only ones who talk about their own race, but God, you are proficient. You fools. Shut your mouth.
Okay, so now you heard Willie D, and I totally agree with him on every single level. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Willie D, because he is an activist. All right, but I put that in there for a reason, because now I'm going to show a couple of clips of people that have their own opinions of the situation that happened before the verdict or whatever it may be, before the outcome. And I just want y'all to watch. All right.
After 11 o'clock, about 11:05 p.m., 35-year-old Carlisha Hood and her 14-year-old son arrived.
Shout out to Carlisha Hood. Clue number one: walking outside. Now, I can't control the way that her mother named her. All right, I can't control the way that her mother named her. But a at the end of a woman's name is not automatically a conviction, but it is a yellow light. It's a yellow light. I'm sorry, y'all. Don't get mad at me. Listen, my wife got a ghetto name. My own wife got a ghetto name. It just is what it is. It's not an automatic conviction. You can overcome it, but y'all parents are doing y'all a disservice by naming y'all with a at the end of your name.
Okay, like literally. Okay. This right here, and I don't care if I get flagged or whatever, but this is coming out, period. All right. I know I'm a new YouTuber, but I'm going to keep it 100, and I need y'all to look and pay attention. This is one of the reasons why we constantly stay divided. First off, the judgment. You see what I'm saying? Like this, and then making light of the situation, but the judgment, dude, like this person has over 3,000 subscribers, and I'm a subscriber, and there are some things that I agree with him on when it comes to different things that I watch, but then like some things, it makes me cringe, and I'm like, wow, like really, especially to have a strong like influence. And then the comment section, oh my goodness, we just us women, black women, just some animals. That's exactly how they look at us in his comment section. Okay.
all of these are all of the red flags. All right, let's continue.
This is Carlisha Hood, a 35.
Okay, so I did skip over it because he did say that she had on a bonnet. She had on some Birkenstocks. She had on a maxi dress, and she had on a head wrap. She never had on a bonnet. A bonnet is and a head wrap is two different things. And when I say head wrap, I mean like a turban style head wrap of what us women may wear outside. Okay, so I put that clip in, and then there was another influencer who actually did his homework to go and actually look on her Facebook page, because keep in mind, social media and what you put on your page, it does reflect you. You can pretend all day. You can put a bunch of flowers on your page for a whole 30 days. But keep in mind, something gonna come out on your page that's going to be you. Okay? So he went to her page, and her page was consistent. It was consistent with her talking about her faith in God, fasting and praying. It was consistent with her showing her businesses and advertising her businesses. It was consistent with her talking about her family and how much she loved her children. It was consistent, okay? But this is the woman that he said is from the hood that came into into Maxwell's, and I actually lived in Chicago for a long time. I know exactly where that Maxwell is. But this is the woman that he is saying, the person prior to the influencer or podcaster with the 300,000 subscribers, is saying about her, judging her off rip. This is what I'm talking about. Nobody does any research anymore. Nobody checks to see the little things or kind of put their own aspect on it, because they already know you can't trust everything the news say. You can't trust everything that Sinclair Broadcasting say. They all say the same exact things. We all know that if we actually did a lot of research on different things that we're interested in.
5-year-old woman. When we first go to her page, you see she has 28K followers. She's a business owner, CEO. She had multiple hustles. She was a tax preparer, private landlord, just overall hustling. This right here is her son. We're going to keep his name up out of it. He's still.
Okay. Son graduated with honors. She a single mother. She got multiple businesses. She's a hardworking single mother. And I need people, women and men, to stop discriminating against hardworking single mothers. LeBron James come from a hardworking single mother. He handles himself very well in life, and his wife does, and his children do. You have people that come from a mother and a father in the same household, and I'm not even going to judge, but you already know, and I'm not going to say no names. So it's not even about that. But we constantly always got to put that in there. Oh, she probably, and the first thing that these podcasters and influencers were saying was because he had on a hoodie, he was hood. Man.
Still a minor in 8th grade. This photo here is what's being used. They used to identify them. But I personally wanted to take a moment and just go through her Facebook with you guys, because the news always try to portray certain people in a certain way, I'm going to just say. So this is a lady. I'm going through it fast, but you can pause it wherever you need to pause it or click on her page yourself. This is a hustler I see. This lady is a single mom, went to community colleges. All you see is her posting about her kids, having faith in God, posting about her.
Look at that. Fasting, 4 a.m. to 4 p.m. Anybody understand what fasting is? Understand that that's serious, okay?
Business, you know, she was a tax preparer, private landlord. This is not a.
She instructed in the text messages, which means that we have the evidence. A lot of y'all think that y'all out here and y'all watching all of this stuff on the internet and it's not good for you. We can pull all of that back out. All of the stuff that y'all doing on y'all computer in the dark when you don't think nobody else is looking, we know what you typing on there. We know it's nasty. You was a nasty, nasty one. Bad girl, nasty girl. Son husband. Why we need strong fathers in our lives. Let me finish playing this video for y'all.
Fired a single shot to the victim's back, followed him outside, kept firing, striking him fatally twice in the back.
Once outside of the restaurant, while the co-defendant was still shooting at the victim, the defendant instructed her son, the co-defendant, to continue to shoot and kill the victim.
Do you see the narrative that they push and we help them? Where did she get that evidence and information from? This is the news. This not even the court documents, which he say that he's reading from, but he's actually reading the transcripts from like the news. What are we doing to each other, man? What are we doing? I don't get it. You see what I'm saying? Like, I totally don't understand why we have no grace for each other when it comes to especially a situation that put us in this type of limelight. Everybody just running, everybody, you know, just running with what they want to run with, judging this lady, judging her son, saying that she should have never said anything, saying what did she say, saying she was screaming too. You clearly can see that she kept emotional intelligence throughout the whole conversation. And that's one of the things that piss people off even more, is when you don't stoop to their level of having a high emotion, but the things that you say is landing on their heart. On top of whoever was with him egging him on, because she the ride or die, right? All right.
Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's your girl Nique, and you're tuned in to Nique Night. And the internet is ablaze as everyone is talking about this situation that happened with this mother, her son, and this guy that she got into it with at a restaurant. Now, if you guys aren't on social media, I'm going to just break it down for you guys real simple and plain. A mother was at the restaurant. She was going to be ordering. She ends up getting into it with this guy who she did not know prior to going to the restaurant. Now, while she gets into it with him, she basically texts her son, who was sitting in the car, and tells him to come inside because she was having an altercation with this gentleman. Once her son gets inside, and I don't know what made her have a change of heart.
I don't know what made her have a change of heart. What do we know? Like, how do we know what she said to him? Why would we say we don't know what made her have a change of heart? Who said that she texted him to come in?
But once her son comes inside the restaurant, she then tells her son to go back in the car. Now, as she's instructing her son to go back in the car, the guy then hauls off and punches her several times, repeatedly punching her. While she's being punched by the guy's girlfriend is in the background, and the girlfriend is in the background basically saying, he told you, because the guy was basically telling her, like, say something else one more time, and I'm going to punch you.
And see, he straight up threatened her. He threatened her. And because she stood her ground, and you don't see her hands in his face, you see he balled up and ready to go though. He on fire. He is ready. She don't even have her guards up because she not even expecting him to even take it to that level. They just having a conversation. A conversation. And then you see brothers standing there throughout the entire time. No, hey man, you know what I'm saying? Come on, dude. Cole, you know, hey, and then they look like they OGs. You know what I'm saying? They look like they should be a village. They look like they should be planting seeds. Positive seeds.
So the girl was talking, but she wasn't talking like in a confrontational manner. She wasn't like yelling her voice. She wasn't doing anything like that. But the whole time, the girlfriend of this guy who was punching her was basically egging on the situation and telling the girl, like, he told you, he told you, he told you, you know, stuff like that. So after the son basically witnessed this guy punching his mom when he walked into the restaurant, he then shot the guy.
Okay, now if you seen the video, you seen how many times he was punching that lady. You seen it. So he just supposed to watch that?
So he fired off a shot, shooting a guy. The guy and the girlfriend tried to start to like leave out and run away. And as they were leaving out to basically run away from the situation, the mother then told her son to kill him. So the mom basically...
Now see, this is social media right here. How do we know that he was running away to leave? We don't. And who said that she told the son to unalive him? Because trust and believe, she would not be out today if that was the case.
He told the son, you know, you better kill him. And the son finished off and fired 2 more rounds in his back as the guy was trying to like run away or whatever. The son then, after the mom told him like, okay, you know, now you better kill him or whatever, the son shot him 2 more times in the back and the guy, you know, fell out or whatever. Now, after the mom told the son to shoot the guy, she then instructed the son to shoot the girlfriend. So the girlfriend that was there and was egging the whole situation on, the mom then told the son to shoot her also. Now, the son, I guess from, you know, the audio, the surveillance or whatever, he didn't shoot the girlfriend and the mom tried to get the gun from him and they kind of like, you know, wrestled with the gun and then they ended up leaving. After that, the mom and son have now been charged in this situation. So I'm going to let you guys hear the...
Okay, so every time we get a situation, it was like this with rest in peace Kanika Jenkins and what's her name? I think it's Alexa Ware. Just different people. We run with stuff and we create these conspiracies, or we look at what the video looked like it's saying to us and we run with it. There was no proof that any of that conversation went on. There was, and if it did go on, especially if she was inside, those workers would have told the police that. She would not be out. Her son would not be out. You know what I'm saying? Like, there would have been some type of charge. I'm pretty sure that those text messages, trust and believe, all those text messages is going to come out, and it's going to make people look stupid and have to retract. Or you're going to look like you're not a journalist if you have like a legitimate journalism job, because I think that that's what this lady is setting that up for. That is why she is going to sue, because she already know what she said to her son. Number one, and I'm not just judging off her Facebook page, but she was protecting her son by telling him to go back in the car. So why, if she was protecting her son and telling him to go back in the car, she would tell him to spray up the place and leave no witnesses? That don't even make sense. And people that have these major platforms that be starting these rumors and it be spreading on these social media pages, and it goes viral, it makes us look stupid. This isn't just a small situation. This is somebody's life and reputation.
The audio of it, I'm not going to play the actual.
What the haters talking about?
What's up, family? A Chicago man was gunned down after he repeatedly punched a woman during an argument. Anybody got a problem with that? I'll put a link in the description so you can check it out for yourself. Here's why I applauded that, fam. People need to learn how to keep their hands to themselves. They were having an argument. Who knows over what? But for this dude to just haul off and punch this woman in the face because he didn't like what she was saying, not once, not twice, but several times. Hey, fam, it is what it is. It is what it is. Now, there are a number of takes on this. People got all kinds of opinions. It ain't as cut and dry as you may think. Some people are saying, well, you know, she probably provoked the argument. She probably started. Okay, she probably did. Did she deserve to be punched in the face because she was standing her ground on her argument? That's what we doing now? We just knocking women out because we don't like what they're saying? Come on, fam. Not one dude helped that woman. Not one dude tried to come to her defense. Not one dude tried to de-escalate. Nobody tried to de-escalate. There was a woman that was in the background that was cheering dude on. She was pumping him up. I don't know if that was his girlfriend, but whoever she was, she helped get him killed because he was fired up. He was like, I think he said like, oh, my grandmama or something like that. And he punched her with everything.
Like on his grandmother. Like he did say that too. That's crazy. And I'm with Willie D on this. You know, like it's like 5% of people in the Black community, in my community, that has self-awareness and emotional intelligence that is really working toward trying to create villages. And these are people that have platforms, people that actually have a following, people that are using their platforms wisely, that's, you know, trying to elevate and not, you know, segregate. And then there's the 95% of the people that have these platforms that have the most subscribers, the most followers, the most people that they influence, and they use it for Sambo-ish, clownish reasons, just to profit, period. Sensational news has taken over true journalistic truth. And now you got to dig for the truth. You got to research and learn and know how to look for the things, or know how to actually like critical think in order for you to get the truth, because it's buried. And that is what to me is happening with this situation right here, because everybody's putting their own spin on it. Everybody is saying what they think has happened because of a video.
He got him. That punch came from the sky, and he got lit up. So a lot of people are saying, well, the woman is a bad mother, and I can't disagree with that. I can't disagree with that. They're saying that the boy didn't have to shoot him. You're right, the boy didn't have to shoot him. If a man had stepped in, the boy didn't have to shoot him. If the man who punched her, the 32-year-old man who punched her, did not punch her, if he had had some self-control. You see, fam, this is why I always say, you know what you're gonna do in situations where there's conflict or potential conflict, but you don't know what the other person's gonna do. So he knew he was gonna punch that woman in the face if she said one more word. He knew that for a fact, but he did not anticipate that her son, that 14-year-old boy who he saw as no threat, was gonna pull out that thing and bang. Yeah, fam, he was not anticipating that. It is absolutely amazing how he went from this big, bad guy to a corpse. I mean, like that. Like that. Now, the mother, from what I understand, is a licensed carrier. She's a licensed gun carrier. She or the boy had never been in any trouble with the law. What a way to start off your criminal career. The mother gets charged with murder and delinquency of a minor, and the son gets charged with murder. All because of an argument.
Okay, so this, he was pretty much discussing this prior to, and I just seen his other one since the information came out, and there was a change of heart. But this is what I'm saying. He had a lot of valid points. One of the things, though, is you cannot say she's a bad mother because we don't know her. We don't know her. This is what I'm trying to get people to understand. We got to stop judging people in situations like this, and when we see it at face value, we just run with it and say that this person is a bad person. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? Yes, her and her son had no priors. We seen her Facebook. She seemed like a legitimate woman. And also all of that plays a major part in, if, like a character part in like her future and her situation. And then come to find out, this man that is unalive now, the suspect, he pretty much had pictures of like his hit, like what he do, you know what I'm saying, like of his firearms and different things like that in the pictures, and his social media was opposite. So that also probably played a large part too when they were collecting all of their information. But at the end of the day, what I'm trying to say is that when we have a large, and I don't have a large following, but if I was to have one, I would be even more cautious on how I speak to or what I say, and I would do more research because I want to give people as much truth as possible. And I also want to make sure that people know that it's my opinion, if it is my opinion, but I'm not going to say this is what was said, this is the documents, this is what no, because they can always come back and retract that and be wrong, and then you have to retract because you didn't do your just due. We have to challenge what we see when it comes to different things and not just post and be like, oh yeah, and just because of sensationalism.
That I can bet you $1.
Okay, but I'm gonna finish. Let me see. So this is the last clip, I think.
State's attorney dismissed the case. I am also thankful to have my son with me.
Oh, wait, let's go to the beginning of this. Hold on.
But I do know that there are no winners here.
And that's true too.
Dude is in the mortuary. You got a mother and son sitting in jail. Say it with me, fam. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes.
No more talk.
That goes for all of them. No more talk.
What the haters talking about?
Hello, everyone. I'm Carlisha, Carlishia. Last name is Hood, Hood. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the support for me and my family. On June 18th of this year, my life changed. My son's life changed. I've experienced pain in many ways that I would never have thought, never. What happened to me was totally unnecessary. Never in a million years would I have imagined being brutally attacked, beaten, and then arrested. I am thankful that the Cook County State's Attorney dismissed the case. I am also thankful to have my son with me and by my side, and also his charges being dismissed. I thank my family for supporting me and the people all over the world. The people did not play. Yeah. And I just thank God everything was revealed. And just everybody who has been praying and rooting for us, I just thank God for them. That did not go unnoticed. You are all not forgotten. And we are praying for all the families affected by this horrible tragedy. I am now in the process of healing and putting my family's life back together. During this trying time, we ask if, we could please have space to rest and recover from this life-altering situation. And that you all continue to keep us in your prayers. In the near future, I will be able to respond to outpouring of support. Again, I just need a little time to heal and to just get my life back with my baby. Thank you all from the bottom of my heart.
Take your time, Carlisha. Take your time. Take your time, baby.
That's it.
Where do I start? So I'm not gonna make this live long.
Okay. So hold on one second. So first I want to thank you all, everyone who pretty much is listening to this or watching this, whatever it is you're doing, audio, video. I appreciate you. I totally appreciate your support. I do ask that you like, share, and subscribe, please. However, I had to get this off my chest. Like I said, I haven't really been on Facebook and, in my social pages like that, engaging, because I've really been following this and just kind of, trying to see what was happening, and before I even got pretty much in any chats about it. And I just want us to get better at stating that something is our opinion or we don't know for sure. Start using those, phrases more, instead of like running with, certain things and it's not factual. Because what happens is it's pretty much like a chain link. It just constantly connects, and then you're connecting the wrong information to people that need to be healed. Like our community, the Black community, needs to be healed. We need to come together. And I know that, people be like, oh, that's so cliche, whatever, but we really seriously do. People on the outside that is, non-minorities, they look at that and they see, and that's how we become so divided. If we are trying to really come together, we have to start understanding that there is a modern Jim Crow mentality out here. And we got to stop feeding into it. And I'm not trying to be Sister Soldier or anything like that, but I'm just being me, and I'm just keeping that 100. I come from, those neck of the woods. I have lived in Chicago for a very long time. Not everybody there is bad. Okay, it's just like anywhere else. Actually, the entire country have gotten worse. I know about the hundreds where they were at. I don't, I don't condone violence, but at the end of the day, we have to understand that if, like some people are like, oh, I don't even know why she had to have that, that hitter on her. I don't even know why. But then you turn around and you talk about how bad it is there. So you mean to tell me you want people that's just regular folks to just drive around naked? No. You got grandmamas, aunties strapped, all type of people strapped. And that's even the city in my home state of Michigan, where I come from. It's the same. You know what I'm saying? So we have to stop being self-righteous and stop looking at everything face value, and start really doing more research and start putting things out there on our pages that's going to help and heal. If you can't do that, then don't even do nothing. It's been so many, even with the memes and the different things that's going on with the guy who lost his life. That's wrong as well. There was still a loss of life. We're losing our humanity, period. Yes, he was extra wrong. Everything he did screamed coward. The men that walked away, to me as a woman, screams coward. I don't care what nobody say. People can be like, oh, they were scared. Why would they risk their life? Okay, so then if everybody feels that way, where's the village? How are we going to heal? There has to be people that understand and is aware that we have to start coming together. And I don't get it. So I first want to thank, because all of the clips that I use, Hoodzonetv, Willie D, who is somebody I admire. I've been watching him for a long time. Anton Daniels, I do watch him. I don't always agree with him, but he has a platform, and there are some things that, some videos that I do like that I agree with him on, but this particular situation and incident, I don't agree with him on. Okay. And I don't agree with how, he is using his platform when it comes to this, but it is what it is. Other people would disagree with that. Nique Night, I do like her as well. My only gripe with that is that she wasn't like stating it, if it was her opinion or if she's seen it or whatever. It was more like, this is what happened. And I just don't condone that type of commentary, especially if there are so many, like if you haven't seen it or if you don't know for sure, it's not factual. We don't know. We haven't really seen it. We shouldn't be speaking on it to that level like it's factual. And Moeheattv, thank you so much for doing your research and for actually, showing like Facebook and, just bringing a different side and another light to the situation. So I just kind of wanted to give them credit. Please follow them. And I'm going to have all of their, I'm going to go ahead and put them in the, in my comments, so that you can follow them if you like, or put them on my YouTube page, put their handles. And I guess that's it. I appreciate y'all once again for riding with me. Thank you so much. Love y'all and mean it, and have a great day. Bye.
If you want to talk about guns, why is it that there's a gun shop on almost every corner in this community? Why? Tell you why. For the same reason that there's a liquor store on almost every corner in the black community. Why? They want us to kill ourselves. You go out to Beverly Hills, you don't see that.
Should've turned it down. Why did I burn the clutch gears grinding just to hear the sound? Should've worked smarter, working harder. They made me a martyr cause we had the Carter. With a blueprint too, that was hard to follow. That's why I'm screaming to the heavens. Rest up T-Wallow. From Burgess to G-Long, man. We was on North Side with a song. Day long, we stayed strong. With the meats to inherit the earth where we belong. The section, Pearson, Dewey, Merle. All the hoods with them G's strong. The land that pad, we own the strip. And we kept them irons like that chick when we're on the flip. And those were good times, that was all dynamite. Punching the clock, I was just trying to find a fight. Just like a lesbian out here trying to find a dyke. I'm so blunt in the dark, man, I'm just trying to find a light. Whoa, mercy, mercy, me. Oh, things ain't what they used to be. Whoa, mercy, mercy, me. No flowers, unless it was funerals. Rest up in power. When we used to flex on them, they used to cower. Left base with the cycles to draw curtains and then shower. I'm a real artist. Now they all call it Marvin. So what's going on? I just want to snap from the pack, hit the gas, blowing strong. You want the new J's? When you stand in line while the sands is moving through the hourglass, you better plan your time. Whoa, mercy, mercy, me. Oh, things ain't what they used to be. Whoa, mercy, mercy, me. Oh, things ain't what they used to be. See, I grew up with something, but still can tell me nothing. Yo, the money is my so all season I'm cuffing. But gotta play my hand for any reason, it's no bluffing. I drive through 24 just to take the stuffing out your Egg McMuffin. If they're hanging with a jury, they'll try you quick. Or niggas that get bitch Tennessee's